On GSL Dual Site. Very cool looking map. Made by LS Prime. Here we go. Alright, as you can see, we are going to have Chairmanmiao. Meow? Meow? I'm going to call him whatever I want. Thank you, Sunset. PvP, so this is going to be, of course, interesting once again. Perhaps we'll see a 4-gate again, or perhaps some more DT play, which is going to be fun. We've got over in the left-hand side is Chairmanmiao. It's going to be in the blue Protoss colors over here. She's lagging a bit. There we go. And we've got ZcO over in the right. In the sort of lava land, I'm not really sure what to call this side of the map, but he's in the red, which is going to match his terrain. As we can see here, we've got lava along the sides, this sort of ash world where it's all really desolate and ugly and all that sort of crap. And then we've got some groovy little Zelnaga watchtowers here in the middle. We've got a red one, it's in the shape of a gateway. And then over on the other side, we actually have a blue one on the pretty side. So this is the side with the grass. This is where you have your holidays. Obviously, you've got a fancy little fountain there. And as we can see, you go straight up here into the main. And we've got our probes scouting out. They do go sort of around this way, which is a little bit perhaps of a long way. I'm not really sure. The pathing for scouting is really weird. I don't know how it works. But either way, let's see what happens. We've got some probes popping out, so there's definitely not going to be any sorts of early game shenanigans. No fancy proxy gateway tech or anything like that. We've got our scout getting in for Chairmanmiao. He's going to get inside and just have a look at what's going on. He's not going to get too much information just for the moment. It's probably better on a 2-player map like this than not actually scout out till you get your gateway done. Then you can actually get inside and actually find out you know, what you actually can see once that cybernetics core gets done. Not to mention you can actually see whether there are 1 or the 2 gas, which can create quite a difference in the matchup. Gas going down a little bit late here from ZcO. He's just a tiny bit behind. There it goes. And as we can see here, Chairmanmiao actually has done already. He's going to be able to pop some probes in there and start his gas production, as we can see. Let's have a look at the APM charts, because everyone knows the APM is where it's at. We have an average APM of 236 here for Chairmanmiao at the moment. Meanwhile, for ZcO, he's currently sitting at 28. Obviously, just doing what's needed. Let's have a look at the player cams just to see what's going on. We've got ZcO here running around with that probe, the probe back in the base. Meanwhile, he's going to build a cybernetics core. We've got some probes just heading into the gas as well. Let's have a quick look at what Chairmanmiao is up to. He's scouting around with the probe, just making sure there's no proxy pylons to make sure that he's not going to get full gated or anything like that. Just going to check around beautifully there. As we can see, just scouting around as you really need to do. So, doing a good job there of holding off any potential proxy attacks. Cybernetics core done. We'll probably see the warp gate tech started straight away. There it goes. Bam. Stalker coming out here. He's going to try and pick off this probe as soon as possible, but it's probably not going to be able to get it with the Zealot. He's going to have to wait for the Stalker to come out, and the Stalker will be able to kill it quite easily, of course. 1 hit going in there on the probe, so the probe's going to be in a little bit of trouble once the Stalker comes out. But the Stalker is just a little bit further away. As we can see, 2 chronos going down on the warp gate tech, so that is going to be done quite quickly there as well. Probe is going to probably get hit by the Zealot again. There it is, bam, probably 2 shots from the Stalker now, and he's going to be gone. 1, 2, 3, close enough. And there it is. So now we can see if Chairmanmiao is actually going to switch into a 4-gate. He's got enough money at the moment to put down 2. He's going to have enough for a 4th one in just a second. There we go. We got 2. We got 3. Are we going to see a 4th? I don't think so. Alright. Meanwhile, back at the base of ZcO, he has his own 3 gates done. He's got his warp gate tech on the way. As you can see on the production tab, they're just about the same sort of place, although the gateways are sort of slightly different here. We've got the gateways of Chairmanmiao just a little bit behind where ZcO is, but it looks as if going for that sentry first again here is ZcO, so he may actually be in a little bit of trouble if this Stalker is micro correctly, but it looks as if the Zealot is going to bust through, and there we go. Force field used to prevent that Stalker from getting inside. The Stalker may be able to do a great deal of damage against these two units that were left over, but the force field was used there with great effect. Robotics facility on the way, just about done. The warp gate tech is almost done as well for ZcO. He's going to have that done in a moment. We can see on the army tab for the moment that an immortal is going to add to the army there, bringing it up to 33 for ZcO. Meanwhile, 33 is there for the moment at Chairmanmiao's side of the base. He doesn't have an immortal started just yet, but he does have a few more stalkers, which of course add up to a little bit more in the army count. Ooh, interesting. Hidden Nexus here. Just to I don't think I actually mentioned it, but the third base generally is going to be over here. You do have a natural here, of course. This base normally isn't taken as a second base, of course. There are 2 golds on the map. We've got one over here. Do keep in mind they only have 5 patches on them, and then there's another one over here as well, which also has 5 patches. So those are the golds. They're not exactly huge, but they don't actually have any rocks blocking them. So technically, you could actually take them really quickly and get a nice economy going at the start of the game. But sort of depends on the player, I suppose. Mortal now done for Chairmanmiao. He's going to be able to ravage through any sorts of stalker attacks that may occur, but as you can see, ZcO is just camping out his own base for the moment, getting his own immortals out, getting an observer. We are going to see a robotics bay here from him as well. He's going to need a second base probably pretty quickly if he's going to produce out of 3 plus the robotics as well, but unless he skips extended thermal lance, you don't have to actually get that straight away. A lot of people just think that you actually need to get that to make sure that the Colossus are useful in PvP, but you don't actually need to. With some good micro, you can actually keep the Colossus alive and make sure that they don't actually die to anything silly. Probe's transferring along here over to that sort of second base of Chairmanmiao. He's going to be able to get that pumping, and that may not get spotted for a little while, but we'll see what happens with this observer. The observer is going to come through now and perhaps observe some things, I would suppose. Otherwise, there's no reason to call him an observer. But he's going to scout out that there's not really too much here for the unit counting of Chairmanmiao. He's only got the 3 gates. There is a robotics pumping out some units. He's going to now come down here. Doesn't see that the rest of the forces are sitting around in the base, so he's sort of wondering why he's actually sitting here, and he's going to need to find those units. He's going to need to be very careful with what he has. He's got a Colossus out now, which is really good. It is really going to help against this attack force, of course. If the Immortals target down the Colossus, that could be quite interesting, but I don't think that's going to occur. Let's see what ZcO is up to. He doesn't have anything on the production tab just at the moment. I think he may try and go for some sort of attack. He actually walks past the probe sitting there at the Xel'Naga Watchtower. All of those units get spotted. Somehow this Immortal is actually just caught out in the open. He's going to go down straight away. Stalker's ravaging that, coming through, and it looks as if ZcO is actually going to catch everything out of position here. Chairmanmiao has actually got the rest of his forces caught way at the back there. This could be interesting though, because the Colossus may be caught out by those Immortals, but it looks as if the Immortals are way too late to the battle. They are going to target down that Colossus. There is still one Immortal for ZcO though, and that is going to be it for Chairmanmiao, I would think. That is all she wrote there. Pylon going down is going to be able to warp in some more units, and that is going to be that. There is just a little bit of an unfortunate move there by Chairmanmiao to have his units out in the middle of the map, just making sure he's covering things, but that is certainly a great job of ZcO to come inside and just blast away the rest of those units that were left over. As we can see, Chairmanmiao trying to get up some extra gates. Perhaps if he can hold off a little bit longer, he may be able to warp in some more units and then actually stop the attack from occurring, but there is way too much damage occurring here. Immortal just tearing apart these buildings as they do with their +2 armored damage, and there we go. That is going to be it, I would assume, from Chairmanmiao. Just needs to take out this cybernetic score, and hopefully we don't lag too much. Who's lagging me? Anyway, GG from Chairmanmiao. So that's going to be game number 2 done. We're going to go into the 3rd and final game of this grand final of this Sunday night StarCraft Spectacular.